Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Host Eddie Frederick.
So glad you can join us. A Roman Catholic priest in St. Lucia comes out swinging against obeah and witchcraft among politicians. This story takes the lead in today's edition of Caribbean Perspective for Tuesday, 2nd November 2021. Details when we return.
Conveniently located in the Grand Anne Shopping Center, for over 40 years, Food Fair has provided quality service at affordable prices. Now, grocery shopping is made easier and more convenient from the Food Fair web store.
Hey, babe. Listen, I need you to go down to Food Fair to get some groceries.
All right, no problem. Right away.
Thanks, babe. What are you doing? You're supposed to be going Food Fair to get a grocery, man.
I am, but didn't you know you can order your groceries online from the Food Fair web store?
Are you serious?
Of course. All you have to do is just to log on to www.foodfair.gd with credit card in hand, and with an order of $100 or more, Food Fair Grandans will deliver up to 3 miles away. And you don't even have to worry about your information, you know. Their safety measures are excellent.
So hold on. You just order online and Food Fair will deliver to you?
Yep.
Oh, baby, better hurry up and order, man.
I already did. They should be here any minute now.
Enjoy easy online shopping anytime from your home or office from the Food Fair web store. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
Welcome back. The St. Lucia Christian Council of Churches has come out to the defense of Catholic priest Father Albert Smith following controversial statements involving witchcraft and the recent general election. More from this news item from NBC Prime.
Catholic priest Father Albert Smith sparked widespread controversy following his statements made during his sermon last week, Sunday.
There are people who will do anything, include selling their souls to be in leadership position. Sleep with the devil to be in leadership position. And you see during the elections, you can leave a more just for your election. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Go and consult how many cemeteries over St. Lucia that were busy a few days before election. And we call ourselves Christians. The people who are involved in this thing, they come to the church, they come to the Catholic Church, they come and receive communion. But they're sleeping with the devil to win elections. That can never be a fake election. You know the number of persons who said, Father, I went to vote, but I'm not sure I put the X where I wanted to put it. It's like Metevekli. Kisakila. And then you come and tell me it's a fair election? People doing all kinds of nonsense. Sleeping with the devil to be in leadership, that is not servant leadership. That is not servant leadership.
Father Albert's statements prompted calls for disciplinary action to be taken against him and triggered the demands for the priest to issue an apology. However, the head of the Christian Council of Churches, representing faith-based organizations across the island, Archdeacon Christian Glasgow, says the priest has no reason to apologize.
Why does he need to apologize? I think anybody who lives in St. Lucia who is asking for an apology from Father Albert, it's been a blind eye to the reality around us. You just have to look at what happened here in St. Lucia within the last 6 weeks and as recent as Monday. What is the issue about that thing on the bank of St. Lucia steps on Monday? How blind can we be? And when we look at the behavior of our people, how blind can we be when you see them moving about in the cemetery at odd hours? What apology are we looking for?
He says people need to acknowledge Father Albert's statements, which were an indictment against St. Lucians that claim to be a Christian society.
The point that is being made that in every aspect of life here in St. Lucia, we seem to be serving more than one gods. And the issue of witchcraft is something that is found permeating just about all areas of life here in St. Lucia. It is used by a number of persons, a number of entities, and Father Albert is making a point that even in the recent held election here, all type of persons were involved in witchcraft, hoping for a successful end.
Archdeacon Glasgow believes that St. Lucians needed to review Father Albert's statements to determine whether or not the country is a Christian nation. He emphasizes that the heart of being a Christian nation is to serve one God and not two types of God at the same time. The head of various faith-based organizations further explains that issues of witchcraft and dabbling in dark activities must be cast aside for people to truly become a Christian nation serving one God. He says the time has come for St. Lucians to open their eyes and to realize that it is a reality dabbling in their faces.
This nation is dabbling in witchcraft at a high range of levels in business, and even within some of our churches. There are members who claim to be staunch Christians but are involved in other issues that will make you wonder which God are they serving. We, as persons living here in this nation of St. Lucia, need to stop sticking our heads in the sand and look at the reality before us and let us deal with it collectively as a nation. We need to return to a way that is dictated by Almighty God.
The head of the Christian Council of Churches notes that a census which was conducted 10 years ago indicated that a growing number of persons had no place in their life for God. He says the usual conversations, crime and violence currently occurring in St. Lucia are clear examples of no regard for God. In addition, Archdeacon Glasgow says when someone could easily snub the life out of another human being without any thought is simply a situation where God is no longer relevant in the lives of many, and as a result, the nation is paying the price. Cecil Actil, NBC Prime.
The hurricane season is now upon us, so we as Caribbean people need to remember to think safety and be prepared. Avoid venturing outside during a storm or hurricane, especially if there are strong winds. Rooftops and other debris are often blown about and can cause great damage.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Youthful and hopeful. That's about introduces the new leadership at the executive level of the main opposition political party in Grenada after Sunday's National Convention of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, founded by George Brizan and Francis Alexis, with additional foundation members being Tillman Thomas, Finsley St. Louis and Kenny Lalsing, among others. Grenada was abuzz this weekend as the Congress retreated, albeit virtually, to stage its elections of the new executive. By 5 o'clock, word hit the streets that successful 44-year-old lawyer Deacon Mitchell was overwhelmingly elected to the position of political leader, a post that remained vacant since the abrupt resignation of Franca Bernardine. Young Mitchell, as he is popularly referred, maintains a truly fresh and ever youthful appearance, something that resonates with the nation's mostly youthful population. The party suffered 2 successive 15-0 defeats at the hands of the new National Party of Dr. Keith Mitchell. Since the adverse economic effects of the coronavirus pandemic has taken grip on the nation, with cost of living out of control coupled with the cost of electricity moving against the promised decrease, hitting the already deprived pockets of the nation as a whole, people are looking for alternative to the ruling NNP. The opposition NDC has probably never had such widespread national attention as the nation waited with bated breath to see the outcome of Sunday's elections, as they hoped for freshness, intelligence, genuine commitment to salvage Grenada and renew hope for a brighter future for all. Deacon Mitchell understands that the journey for his party has just begun in earnest in order to come from as far back as the party has receded to present itself in the forefront of the minds of the electorate. We here at Caribbean Perspective wish this new youthful executive all the best in its endeavors. President of the Barbados Society of Psychology, Dr. Jennifer Dean Ford, is concerned about the well-being of healthcare workers who are facing increasing pressure as the number of virus infections continue to rise.
Dr. Jennifer Dean Ford shared her views while delivering 50 wellness packages for the workers at the Harrison Point Isolation Facility today.
For me, the first stress that I recognize is having to leave their family in the care of somebody else to come and serve our family. And then in this pandemic, what has made it worse is that you are taking home unknowns. So you get home and you have to strip everything off, clean, wash, before you could actually run and hug your family. And now, with the surge, we know we are asking people to keep masks on all the time, even in their home, and that's a second stress. And then what about meals? We don't know how the system here operates, but if you're with a patient who needs you, can you imagine have to say, I am hungry, I have to run off? And then, of course, our nurses are humans too. Our caretakers are humans too. They have medication to take. They might be themselves having issues with their mental and medical health, physical health. It is very strenuous for a small island like Barbados to cater to everybody's needs. And we saw a need to get involved and to help.
Harrison's Point Isolation Manager Ingrid Caddlerow welcomed the kind gesture. She told reporters the ongoing battle against COVID-19 is tough on workers.
This could not have come at a better time because right now we know what we're in the middle of. We're in the middle of a massive surge, and we have been trying now to just call on our last bit of strength at this point, because we, as persons would know, we don't have all the staff that we need at this time. Persons are supposed to go on vacation, would have had to forget about vacation. And it is difficult to get a mental break if you have to be on call 24 hours. And all of us have had to do that based on what is happening in Barbados. So we want to say a massive thank you to the Psychologist Society. It is wonderful when persons in corporate Barbados and the wider societies think about us and remember us. So staff they understand that they aren't really forgotten, and amidst everything, persons are supportive still. So that is really and truly the most invaluable part of it.
Meantime, breast cancer remains a major cause of death in Barbados. More in this Barbados Today news item.
Word of this from acting medical coordinator of the breast screening program of the Barbados Cancer Society, Dr. Stephanie Date, who says this is cause for concern.
Right now, breast cancer ranks second for the most common cancer in Barbados, and that's second only to prostate cancer. Last year alone, we had 189 cases of breast cancer diagnosed in Barbados, and we had 111 recorded deaths secondary to this disease. And unfortunately, this global survey that was done last year showed that Barbados has the highest world mortality rate recorded in the world right now, unfortunately.
Barbados is currently observing Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and she's urging more women and men to come forward for screening, noting that the process has been made easier with a new multi-million-dollar mammogram machine at the Barbados Cancer Society.
A lot of the time, both men and women are very scared to come forward and get a mammogram. They hear that it hurts and it takes so long. It's no longer the case with this machine. This machine is more precise. We can actually use it on persons with small or large breasts, men and women, all ages, and it's a lot more precise and accurate as well. So we're very excited about this.
Conveniently located in the Grand Shopping Center, for over 40 years, Food Fair has provided quality service at affordable prices. Now, grocery shopping is made easier and more convenient from the Food Fair web store.
Hey, babe. Listen, I need you to go down to Food Fair to get some groceries.
All right, no problem. Right away.
Thanks, babe. What are you doing? You're supposed to be going food fair to get a grocery, man.
I am, but didn't you know you can order your groceries online from the Food Fair web store?
Are you serious?
Of course. All you have to do is just to log on to www.foodfair.gd with credit card in hand, and with an order of $100 or more, Food Fair Granance will deliver up to 3 miles away. And you don't even have to worry about your information, you know. Their safety measures are excellent.
So hold on. You just order online and Food Fair will deliver to you?
Yep.
Oh, baby, better hurry up and order, man.
I already did. They should be here any minute now.
Enjoy easy online shopping anytime from your home or office from the Food Fair web store. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please continue to log on to CaribbeanPerspective.com for more daily news and more.